A lot of people that we have had some really good RP with have basically told me that they are no longer interested in playing on the server. I received some feedback that we were W chasing, in a sense, because of the speed of which this person was processed, arrested, raided. We had the warrant signed. We had a drug bust. 2 nights ago. We raid that guy. He pleads guilty to drug trafficking, which is the highest level drug offense we have in the penal code. This person was soloing Merryweather, or maybe duoing Merryweather, with no help. He had nothing in his inventory other than the brick of cocaine we found. Okay, so he had no backup. He gets arrested, and then we have never seen a brick of cocaine before. It is the very first time we have seen cocaine. So not only is this man soloing Merryweather and gets arrested, but then he basically we kind of say, hey, you've got a brick of cocaine on you. You have a shitload of cars. We're going to try and get a search warrant. Okay. Now the search warrant reveals a shitload of drugs. A shitload. He's got baggies. He's got scales. He's got weed. He's got LSD. He's got methamphetamine. He's got trays of methamphetamine. He's got precursor drugs for meth. He's got the tools. I'm not sure what else he had, but there was so much shit in there that it was obviously drug trafficking. He's obviously a trafficker of narcotics. That is what he does. The feedback we got was that he was a first-time offender and it should have been more lenient. The man is not a first-time offender. He's a first-time getting caught man. Is that a first-time arrestee? It's the first time he's been caught because it's the first time we've had a competent police force out there doing their jobs in an efficient manner, freely keeping all your shit in the vans and solo running Merryweather because you've gotten away with that type of shit for so long that it doesn't. Who's gonna catch you? There's no fucking cops. They're stupid. So now we're kicking in doors, right? And we are raiding people and we're taking all of their shit, and essentially it's a rebalancing, and we're taking ground back from them, and all of a sudden it is a widespread concern. I see this all the time in some of these complaints, that it's a widespread concern that is a large portion of the player base feels, and yet for some reason it's only ever the people that are directly connected to the situation that happen to be staff that are coming in and saying, oh, we actually have a large portion of the player base that has a concern. So this conversation boiled down to the fact that, hey, we have written the laws, we have shown you the laws, you've seen and approved all the punishments, you have been involved in all of the discussions that have led to the things that are now happening on the server, and all of a sudden there's a widespread complaint happening. So I'm just trying to figure out, when you were reading the penal code, when these issues actually started coming up, because it says held until trial right there in bright red letters under drug trafficking. When we asked if we were doing HUT capital level crimes, the feedback we got was yes. Bang. Okay, so approved. So if you have a brick of cocaine and you are soloing the highest level heist in the game, in the server mechanics wise, where there's automatic weapons, armed guards, you're soloing it in a scuba suit, you get caught, you have vans filled with a fucking Mondo Mart of drugs. You know what I mean? It's just like you have weed, you got the purple weed, you got the green weed, you got LSD on this shelf, you got meth in the back, you just got a new shipment of cocaine, you have baggies and scales laid out. It's like a fucking bulk bin of drugs. And it's like, well, he's a first-time offender. Oh, it's his first fucking time? It's his first time with drugs today now? I don't fucking think so. It's the first time he got caught. Feels as if, and this is the true undercurrent, okay, and this is why I probably will not be continuing, is that we have been striking out in various directions to try and make roleplay interesting and work. Well, these are talented people. Let's give them structure and direction and vision and new SOPs that have nothing to do with these people. And everyone dug their heels in and said, no, can't do that. Okay, all right, so Okay, investigative only. We're only doing big cases and drug busts and stuff like that. Boop, 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 boop. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is this drug busting? What is all this then? You're going way too fast. Guys, whomst else is writing the SOPs, the laws, the legislation, the hospital fucking stuff, no one else is doing anything. So when they invited Keo and Penta and KOIL, they invited attention. A lot of attention. Things that are, people that are there are essentially just checking in after work. There's the real estate person, there's the PDM person, there's the taxi guy. It's like 10 people, right? And then it's like 15 people. And then it's 25, 35 people. You got a little bit of a society start. You know, people, everybody knows each other, okay? And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, we need to, you know, our chief of police sucks. And she's kind of crazy. We need to get her out of here. And hey, you know, this one guy, you know, has been kind of coming over and checking the server out. He's got cop experience. Maybe we could ask him and a couple of his buddies to try it. And then they basically, you know, when Dracula comes to your house, you have to invite him in or else he can't come inside. They invited RP Dracula into their homes is what they did. And he brought all of his friends. And then all of a sudden, like a signal flare fucking goes up. Like, and there's 35 people just like looking in the sky like, what the fuck is that? What's that about? And then it's just like the fucking T-Rex in Jurassic Park. And it's just a horde of people just coming down the fucking highway, and people are like, it's just like, and it's like, oh my god, how many fucking people are coming? And it's just like, it's like the fucking World War Z. They're climbing over the fucking fences. There's like, do you hire police? Just like, and it's just, you know, hundreds of fucking people just coming out of nowhere, and there's tents propping up, and people are like, can I buy this business? Give it to me. And then and it's just a fucking people everywhere, and there's 35 people in the center of this. There's like the Dynasty 8 guy and the PDM person who's just like, they're on top of a fucking tree, like, ah. And then the eyes start to turn. They turn to the council, the 35 people that were already there, who are just like, you know, suddenly their saloons are full and they're all rich and everything's great because they're very powerful all of a sudden. But then here comes the responsibility. We came in with demands. The demands for competence, the demands for time and effort. But my eyes are on the future now and what the next thing is. Because if somehow I get the opportunity, say, to do this again in the near future, I will be taking a lot of things forward with me.